Introducing Kicking Back with the Cooks, presented by Woodhouse. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy online at woodhouse.com. Here's head coach John Cook, along with your host, Lauren Cook-West.
Welcome back. I'm Lauren Cook-West, and with me, as always, head volleyball coach John Cook, and you're also the birthday boy. Your birthday was April 19th. We're recording on April 20th. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be Friday, so maybe like April 22nd. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, Lauren. I'm just waiting for my present from you. It still hasn't arrived, so I'm anxiously checking the mail like every hour.
Listen, I just got an email this morning that it's being delivered today.
Okay, thank you. Because
So,
I mean,
should we tell everyone? You know what I got you.
absolutely. I've already told everybody in the office.
Well, you haven't told our listeners.
Okay, well, do you want to tell them or you want me to?
You can tell them.
Actually, the girls were talking about it yesterday. So it's there's a bakery in New York, Levine. Is that how I said that? Did I say that correctly?
It's Levain.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's Levain, Levine, how you say it.
Well, anyway, when you went on one of our road trips, you went there, and of course now somebody always goes there and gets it's a bakery, but their chocolate chip cookies are unreal. As you know, that's my one weakness is chocolate chip cookies. And so anyway, sounds like those are being delivered. So
They are.
It's a happy day when those show up. But they're unreal. It's worth the trouble of getting them here.
Yeah, you have to pay like $40 in shipping to get them.
Well, thank you very much.
It costs more in shipping than the cookies do.
I know. Well, thank you very much, Lauren.
You're welcome.
You're so thoughtful.
I know. All the celebrities eat those cookies too. That's how I originally found out about them. Was I kept seeing all these celebrities going to this bakery and getting them, and they used to just sell them at the bakery, so you had to physically be in New York and go in there, and they have I think a couple locations throughout New York City, and you have to, it's a small little shop, and if they sell out, they sell out. But now they ship. I believe they carry some in Whole Foods. They just don't taste the same. They're like frozen, and then you have to bake them. But the ones that they ship to you, those are legit and taste like the ones that you get in person. I think they bake them and then send them, overnight them to you.
Yeah. So now you said the celebrities do that. I'm going to take a Twitter shot or Instagram, whatever, and then I'll be an influencer now and maybe get an NIL deal out of this.
And then maybe a blue check mark because you're still waiting on that, right?
Yeah. They were working on that the other day, so I would have no idea if I had a blue check or not, but apparently that's a cool thing for me to get. So
How old are you now?
That's confidential.
Top secret? 49?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I was thinking, speaking of social media and deals, and I was thinking we should do a birthday giveaway for our followers. And I don't know what that consists of yet, but I think we should do something this month. If they listen to the podcast, listen to this episode, maybe tweet out a confession or a lesson, and then we pick our favorite confession or lesson, and then the winner gets, I don't know, something cool from you and I. Yeah,
that would be great. That'd be great. We'll send them some volleyball stuff or something. That'd be cool. Get on it, Lauren.
I think Nick handles all that, Nick Burkhart. Okay. So we'll talk to him and get him on it. I got my hair done. Did you notice?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just getting ready for the spring match this Saturday, which I'm sure everyone's excited about. But it'll be the first match that I've called in person since pre-COVID. So,
I know.
You have to look good.
Yeah. On radio especially.
Yeah. You gave us some teasers from the previous episode. A lot of it revolved around the game experience for fans. And I don't know if we'll see that at the spring match on Saturday since it's technically not in Vanity. But can you talk about maybe some of these upgrades? I know, I think Tech 9, you guys teased a song, or a song came out. We may see that in the fall. I know there's some other things that you've talked about. So you said you would reveal to us what those big surprises are in this next episode, which is this episode.
So give you a little background. The Tech 9 did this Welcome to the Red Kingdom for the Kansas City Chiefs. And we heard it. We kind of stole it and made some psych-up videos for our team for the Final Four. They loved it. And I'm like, okay, we got to get this for our team for the fall. To welcome the Red Kingdom, we make the Vanity red lights, and, that's our intro, or we played at some point. So anyway, long story short, I started making calls, finally got in touch with Tech-9's people, and we now have a song for the whole athletic department. So everybody was fired up. Trev loved the idea, and they played it for the first time at the spring football game. We will play it out in Grand Island for the first time, but it incorporates all the sports in it. And the whole process was amazing, how talented this Tech-9 is. And we gave him our themes of the athletic department, themes of volleyball, and he incorporated those into the lyrics of this new Nebraska Welcome to the Red Kingdom. And the whole point of it is that we got something special here, and you're coming into our house, so let's go. And I just think our fans are going to love it. We're going to get clothing, Welcome to the Red Kingdom, for our student section. So I'm going to have those dudes really wound up, and they're going to have their own Welcome to the Red Kingdom, and they're going to love it. It's going to be, they're probably going to smash the bleachers, I think, when this thing gets going. So
listen, I don't know who's in charge of the student section, but he also runs some Twitter account. Maybe a she or he, I don't know. And I want to meet them and just hug them because they are awesome.
They are.
And they support you guys.
Get them on the radio. Bring them on the radio.
I don't know who it is.
We'll find out. I will find out.
Reveal yourself.
472-2399. Call Lindsay. She'll get to the answer.
Lindsay can give you my contact information. We can figure it out. Yeah, they're. I'm sure they'll be fired up. So you orchestrated all of this.
I helped along with Brandon Meyer. We kind of tag teamed it, but I was the one that was like, we got to take a chance here and do this, because here's the bottom line: our older fans may not like it, but I'm older now. I mean, I'm a senior citizen now, I think. But I got a discount somewhere for being a senior citizen age. So, yeah, that's right. We were at Hawaii men's volleyball, and I got a discounted ticket.
Oh my God!
But anyway, I love it. Tech-9 did a video with The Rock. It was 15 billion views, and this guy's 55 years old, still doing. He's going on a 141 city tour. Yeah, but this music is our younger fans are gonna love it, and it's great. And I just see how our players react to it. I've never seen them react to a song and the music and the beat and all that like they have with this, compared to anything else in all my coaching years. And we play a lot of music in practice.
A lot of Pearl Jam, a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Not a lot anymore. I let Kelly and B-Mag, who used to be a DJ, they do the playlist, but they throw some of that in there once in a while. But we play all kinds of music, country. We run the gamut. And my only thing is I don't want bad words into Vanny, so we nix those.
Good. Are you going to have a DJ in Vanny?
We're talking about it. It's on our agenda for something to do this fall. We've seen other programs doing it now. It does. A DJ could be really annoying, which it has been at some of the schools we've seen. But we talked to Trev about it. He's in favor of it because his daughter played at Clemson and they had a DJ down there. So we're looking at it. If we find the right person, it could be really cool and enhance our game day atmosphere, work with the band, work with, create energy. And now we got this Red Kingdom to unleash. So that's something else we're looking at is that. And then we're also looking at putting up a huge banner in Devaney of our 3 gold medalists. And we want to honor them for what their accomplishment was, and we want all of our fans to be able to see that. So we're working on that as well. That'll be something, a summer project to get that up. So we're always trying to push it a little bit, do new things for our fans, keep it interesting, and just like we as coaches and as a team, we're working on new things and trying new things. And Lauren, since you're asking, we're doing journals this spring. So I give them assignments, they write in their journals and bring them in. It's awesome. I love it. They get to communicate with me, and I challenge them with things to think about, and they're doing a great job with it. So that's something else. We didn't do that when you were here, but it's been very, very beneficial. And then next week, our last week of spring, we're not going to practice in the gym. We're going to do what we call a mind boot camp. So we're going to start practicing some of the things we do: mindfulness, meditation, breathing. And now the new challenges are, how do we handle NIL? Because it's not fair, it's not equal. So how are we going to handle that as a team? And what themes are we going to have going into the summer? And where's our leadership going to come from? So we've never done that before, and that was 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up with that idea and got our performance team together, and I said, let's do this. So again, we're just trying to keep getting better.
Nice. I think you are getting older, and you're losing it, becoming more forgetful in your old age. Because you mentioned, we talked about journals in the last episode.
Oh, okay. Well, we really hit them hard. And so the reason it's on my mind right now, Lauren, is I'm not losing my mind. But this week, the journal assignment was, we assigned a former player that our players had to call. And so we did mix and match, and we pulled some old players out of the woodwork that have never done this before, like Jenny Kropp, because we're going to Grand Island, and she just moved back to Grand Island. So I haven't talked to her in 20 years. So she was a part of that. And then we matched up, like we put Becca Alick with Brooke Delano. So, because they're kind of both similar personality, they're both great competitors, they're both from Nebraska. So Lindsay did the mixing and matching. So it was just fascinating to hear our players write about the questions that we gave them to ask these former players, and like I heard some things like I had forgotten, but they remembered. Like Jenny Kropp reminded the player that she was with that she had to drink a liter of water before she could get off the bus when we traveled. So I forgot about that. So stuff like that is really, it's hilarious.
You would probably be fired now if you were making the girls do that.
I know, but it was always a big run to the bathroom whenever we pulled up. So hydration was key.
I also have to say, back to the whole DJ thing, I don't know if I'm sure you remember, but when we go to Maryland has a DJ, and it is the most annoying DJ sound. I mean, it's just awful. JB and I sit there the whole time, and we have headsets on, so our ears are somewhat protected. But still, we're just like, what is this music that he's playing? And it's a song after every point, and it's sometimes the duration. You have some servers who are quick servers, so they get back there and they serve right away, and so the duration of the song isn't that long, and then sometimes it is long, and it's just crazy, like club music, rap music, techno music, and it's overwhelming. And then you have all the colors in Maryland's gym because they can't decide on what color they want to be, and it's yellow and red and green, and there's a big turtle, and so your eyes are stimulated and then your ears are stimulated, and it's just so overwhelming. So I know you guys will keep all of that in mind when deciding on a DJ, but just make sure they do a good job. Yeah,
that's why I said you got to find the right person that gets it. So if we can do that, and maybe we try a few matches and see how it goes, but that's something we're working on.
You added a volunteer coach to your website.
Yes.
His name is Bud.
Uh-huh.
Is that because you don't have one yet?
That's correct. We do not. Well, we do. We have Bud now. But our players love Bud. Bud gives them advice.
Have they met Bud?
No, they want to though. But Bud gives them advice on Instagram, so they're checking his Instagram out. Bud's in a relationship now, so they're following that. They were all excited because now they're not talking anymore. They're dating, Bud and Reba. So they were all excited yesterday because that came out on Bud's Instagram account. So
okay, so Bud's the horse you purchased back in, I think, February?
Yeah, it was December. Yeah.
Okay, this was the beginning of your midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And then you just purchased another horse. So we're still going through the midlife crisis.
Yeah, we're going through a definite midlife crisis.
So now you have Reba. So you are the owner of 2 horses. You're responsible for 2 horses.
Yes.
On top of being a grandpa, on top of, running Nebraska Volleyball, top of speaking, everything else you do, how do you have time?
Well, make time, but that's what's great. You got to have a hobby, and the horses are a great hobby. And of course, Lindsay, who's a horse person, and they're right now they're at Lindsay's place, and she has 3 other horses there too. So they're all happy family down there. And of course, Lindsay boards them and feeds them, and I can't go down there every morning and at night and feed them. So she's basically taking care of them, and then we're learning how to ride, to rope, to as you call it, midlife crisis, to be a cowboy.
Okay.
I just want to be like John Dutton.
You went and had a cattle experience, a branding experience out in western Nebraska, and this is going to be your confession. Can you tell everyone about that?
Yeah, so what's been really cool, Lauren, because of COVID, typically I do about 2 speaking engagements a week in the spring, and COVID shut everything down. So all these events that I was supposed to do, they're all happening this spring. So it's been really, really busy spring. But a lot of these speaking engagements have been in western Nebraska. Through the horses, I've met some really cool people, and I met some young cowboys who rodeoed. Some of them have gone to school here, some went to Chadron, but they're in the horse world, and so I've got to know them. And one of them actually lives with Kelly. She lives with 4 roommates, and he's one of them. So he's here in Lincoln. He rodeoed and all that. And so anyway, one thing leads to another. I'm buying a horse. I'm learning how to rope. I'm actually went to Overton, and this family they were branding calves. They asked me to help out, so I went and roped calves, and they branded them and gave them shots. I mean, it was just what cowboys do and what these ranching families do, and there's just great people out there, hardworking. So what I do now, I have kind of themes I try to teach from. So I'm teaching from how cowboys work and operate. So the other day, I brought my boots down and put them on the court, and I said, this is a symbol of how hard we have to work. I said, these guys, they don't get to choose when they want to go hard and when they don't want to go hard. They have to work hard every day. They have to get up whether they feel like it or not, because their livelihood depends on it. And that's the mindset we need to bring to Nebraska Volleyball. Whether you feel good or not, whether you've had a good day, bad day, you got to come in here and work and get better. And so we've been doing things like that. I brought some roping ropes in, and we got a little fake steer down there. We have roping contests. I'm actually professional now because I did win $100 from Kelly Hunter, who said I couldn't do it, and I roped the horns. So there's my assistant coach doubting me. I wonder how many other things she doubts me on. That one cost her $100.
I saw that on Instagram. I also saw Nicklin and Ani before setter training practicing their roping skills.
Yeah. So they all want to go ride now. There's a big interest in wanting to go down and ride with Lindsay. So anyway, it's just it's another way to be creative in how we're teaching and keep things fun. And as you know, the spring can get long, and so we're having fun with Bud as our volunteer and teaching what cowboys do, because we got a lot of ranching families in this state. And what I've noticed, all these speaking engagements I go to, and they're all over the western part of the state, the first question when I walk in, I mean, be 200 people, and they'll all walk in, they'll start asking me about Bud. So Bud is a hot topic in the state of Nebraska, and
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You just knocked off a lesson, that whole cowboy teaching with your team. I love that philosophy, and it's kind of like a mom too. Like you can't take a day off. You have to get up if you're not feeling well. If you don't want to do it, you still have to get up. And I mean, I know that's very different from but it's a similar philosophy, and I think that's great that you're integrating that with your team, and what a cool and different way to teach them a valuable lesson.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. Do you think going through all your experiences in sports has helped you be a better mom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you're always thinking of creative things like that.
Yeah.
You're always keeping it fresh, keeping them. I feel like sometimes with athletes you get burnout, but if you're constantly being creative and thinking of new ways to relay messages to them, then maybe they don't see that burnout as much.
Yeah. So Lauren, yesterday, thank you to everybody who wished me happy birthday. I think everybody about did here except for Mike Elliott. I never got anything from him, but he's really busy.
Mike!
But Mike's in the back there. But
I'm surprised his wife Luann didn't bake you,
I know. I'm glad she didn't.
Protein balls or something.
We have more sweets over there in the office right now. I mean, I think we all OD'd. But I want to tell you about. Everybody said, "Well, what was your best birthday present?" Whatever. And Levine coming today will be at the top of the list. But yesterday, Maisie Bozinger on our team, who's a freshman, she's a professional baker. And she brought in at the end of practice 2 carrot cakes. These things were unbelievable, decorated, and it's her grandmother's recipe. Of course, the whole team, we all had carrot cake. And anyway, it was really cool. But it was just to see our players. They wanted to sing "Happy Birthday" about 5 times, and Maisie had this cake. I mean, it was very, very personal. Birthday present or gift or whatever you want to call it that we all shared in, and I thought it has never really happened before. But here's the other really cool thing. So Maisie's a walk-on from Norris. She's kind of going to be a DS for us. And anyway, she finally got. They put her jersey for this weekend in her locker yesterday. And the first thing she comes to practice, I didn't know she had the carrot cake. That was at the end, surprise. She goes, "Coach, thanks for my jersey." So I talked about that to our team. That's what it should mean. When you get your first jersey, it should be a big deal. And she came and thanked me right at the beginning of practice. "Thank you, Coach." And I said, "What do you mean your jersey?" She goes, "Well, they laid it in my locker." And she goes, "Thank you. You know how much this means to me." So
damn,
those are special moments in coaching, and I'm glad we have players that are appreciating that, because that's what we're trying to stress here at Nebraska. It's everything's earned, nothing's given, and it should mean something when you get to wear that Nebraska jersey.
That makes me teary-eyed. That's
I know. That's why that was the best gift yesterday. So
it's pretty special.
Yeah.
Okay, few other topics that have happened or have been discussed since we last chatted. First of all, I saw your portrait on a wall in a new hotel on Innovation Campus.
Yeah.
Did you know that was happening? It's like an old school painted portrait. And what is it called? The Scarlett Hotel?
The Scarlett Hotel.
Okay, and did they put all the coaches up? I mean, why is your photo on the wall there?
I haven't been over there yet because it technically hasn't opened yet. I think they're opening any day now. I thought I heard they were going to try to open for the spring game, but I was over there by there the other day, and they were still had a lot of trucks and stuff out there. But it's a hotel that is built right next to Vanity. It's called the Scarlett Hotel. I think it's a Marriott property, but the major that you were in, hospitality major, those students are going to help run it, so they'll get real life experience. It's a beautiful hotel. And anyway, somebody sent me the pictures of my portrait in there, and all I heard was Warren Buffett's in there, and I'm guessing probably Coach Devaney, Coach Osborne. I don't know who else, but somebody put me in there, so I can't wait to go over there and check it out. And I was actually kidding with your mom. We should just get a hotel room right there and live there. I could walk to work, and it'd be great.
Another event that brought tears to my eyes, Ani Evans receiving a scholarship. I was bawling watching that video. And Ani's like a little sister to me, so I think it means a little more, but that was a cool moment.
Yeah, Ani, we have a saying, if you work hard, good things will happen. And through, I guess somebody else's, not staying with the program opened up an opportunity for Ani for us to give her a scholarship for this year, and kind of retroactive. And anyway, we got to present that and finally got the final approval, because you got to go through all these hoops to get it done. And so anyway, that was a pretty special day, and you saw the team's reaction to that. So one, that tells you how they view her, and two, here's a local girl who's worked really hard, has fulfilled her role, whatever it is, and to be able to, and you got to remember, she's also an Elite 90 award winner, which is the highest GPA at the Final Four. So she won that award from the NCAA, and so that was a pretty special moment to honor, what we call a student athlete. She's getting great grades. She's working really hard, and she gets rewarded. So that was you're right. That brought tears to everybody's eyes.
One of the next points I want to talk about is Kayla Caffey. She's been cleared by the NCAA to participate in another season, correct?
Correct, but it's complicated.
Can you give details, or is that something that you can't?
We're still working through it. So it's very complicated, and it's so anyway, yeah, we're still working through that part, so it may take a while.
Will she be in the spring match on Saturday?
No.
Okay, so has she been practicing?
Oh, yeah, she's been practicing, but she's not going to play in the spring match.
Okay, so we won't see her. Is there anyone else? Will Kennedy Orr, that's who I actually want to talk about next. We heard that, obviously she came off the ACL surgery. When was that? 2 years ago, before she came to Nebraska, and then she's been rehabbing while at Nebraska, and it's kind of been an up and down rocky road, a little bit of knee swelling, which I know is probably normal after a big ACL surgery. But is she 100%? Will we see her? We know she didn't participate in the spring or sand season when you guys went to Hawaii and California due to some swelling in that knee. So will she be 100%? Will we see her on Saturday?
Yeah, she's gone through all of our practices. Of course, she missed a little bit at the beginning when we came back, but we had to slowly work her back in. But last 3 weeks, she's been doing great. She actually, we scrimmaged last Saturday, and she set what we would call the A side for 3 games. And so she's still got a ways to go. She's a little rusty, because she really hasn't set for 2 years, except for one match basically. And we get in beach, you're not setting. So of course she's setting. We trained her in the fall, which was great, but it's still not game like. And as we say, the setters are driving the car. It's a whole different ball game when you're driving the car instead of just sitting along for the ride.
Do you know your starting lineup yet for Saturday?
No, I'm trying to figure out what our goal is and how we're gonna do this. And we might run a 6-2 just to get more people to play. But then I watch them pass, and I'm like, okay, we need to get our best passers in there. So that'll be a game time decision probably once we get out to Grand Island.
Has anything else occurred since we last recorded? I think I hit the big topics, but anything else that you can think of?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, Lauren. It's just... you
didn't bring any show and tell items?
Not today, no.
No funny stories?
I just gave you all kinds of stories. Not that I can think of right now, but... I'll tell you one funny story. So I went out, I got invited to go out to dinner, and it ran long. I won't say who it was with or whatever. And anyway, it was like 10 o'clock. So I get out to my car and I check my phone, and I have all these missed calls from like Nicklin, Kenzie, Maddie, and I'm like, I couldn't breathe, because I'm like, okay, what happened? Why are these guys calling me at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night? And I'm like, so I finally I call Nicklin, and she answers, and I go, Nicklin, what's the matter? She goes, okay, Coach, we're having a little get together down the hall from you, and we wanted to invite you over. And I'm like, what do you mean a get together? It's a Tuesday night. Aren't you guys studying? And she goes, well, we're having a sleepover at Allie, Lexi's, and Kennedy's place, which is 4 doors down for where I was living. I've moved since that time. And so I get back there, so I'm just thankful that nothing bad happened. So I go over there, and here they all are. There's 4 dogs and our whole team getting ready to have a sleepover that night. I go, what are you guys doing? They go, we just want to hang out. And they brought the dogs, and it was, when does a college volleyball team have a sleepover?
Where do they all sleep?
They had beds. They have those, I don't know what you call them. They're these huge things that you, like they unfold them. Like beanbag.
Air mattress?
But it's like a beanbag thing. And you can make them like a couch, a bed. It's a new thing they all have for apartments. And they had those. They brought sleeping bags. They had couches. They all just, and these rooms are pretty big. And so anyway, they had a sleepover. So I thought,
who all has
wow.
dogs?
Let's see. Okay, Kenzie, Nicklin, Maddie, and Whitney. Oh, and no, Keonile. So maybe there's 5 dogs there. It was like being at the dog park.
How do they have time for a dog?
And Lauren, they must have great support teams helping them, I guess. But this was a classic thing of the night. So Whitney has a puppy, a husky puppy, and this thing is running everywhere, And all of a sudden, this puppy is ready to go potty on the carpet. Whitney dives. It was beautiful, diving for a ball across the room, because she could sense what was happening. Grabs that puppy, and then grabs her and picks her up, and then takes her outside right away. But it was beautiful. She dove across all these people. It was like slow motion. Grabbed this puppy before it did its thing on the carpet, and I'm like, wow, there's an athlete.
Yeah, she is an athlete.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you already hit on a confession and lesson.
Oh, thank you, because that's all I got.
You're welcome. So I'm going to give a lesson, though. I learned something, and I'm not a dietitian or a medical professional, but I was listening to a podcast, and I actually sent this podcast to you, and you listened to it. But what I've learned is almost all of us are deficient in magnesium, and you need magnesium in order for your body to function properly. So let's say you want to grow your hair longer, and you're trying to take collagen and get more collagen production. Well, that can't happen unless, to my understanding, you're sufficient in magnesium, or your magnesium levels are high enough, and then your body can function, and then it can absorb the collagen, and then your hair can grow longer, your nails can grow longer. And so we can't get magnesium from the food we eat, so you have to supplement, and I never knew that. So now I have magnesium that I take.
Yeah, I've been taking magnesium for years. So guess I should have shared that with you, Lauren.
Well, so that's my lesson. You take magnesium. I am now taking magnesium. Just a PSA to everyone else that maybe they should be taking magnesium as well.
Great. They should look into it. But yeah, magnesium helps your body function better. And again, just in our world, we don't get it from foods maybe as much as we used to in the old days, and that's why you got to supplement.
Can you hear Madden screaming?
No.
Oh, Madden! I think she wants to see Grandpa.
Oh, okay.
So we'll bring her on today.
Is she excited for her first volleyball match?
She is. She will be there.
Great. I can't wait to see her turn her loose into Vanny and watch her run around.
Yeah, let her loose into Vanny. Let her loose. The girls, I feel like, will probably swarm her.
Yeah, so that she's going to, I guarantee what's going to happen. She's going to run to mommy.
Yeah. This is like her first big outing with a lot of people, other than going to the zoo or crowded places like that. This is her first sporting event, so it'll be interesting to see how she does.
Yeah. Lauren, I'm glad you taught her how to say happy birthday to me yesterday.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring her on.
Yeah.
Jason! Jason's on dad duty this morning. I think they're coming. I'm
Okay.
texting him.
Okay.
Madden got rain boots yesterday. Did I send you a photo?
No.
So I ordered her these like $10 rain boots from Target. Target makes great kid shoes, by the way. They're comfortable, they're pretty sturdy, and they're very reasonably priced. Anyways, I got her these rain boots, and she, of course, was naked. Well, had her diaper on yesterday, but didn't have any other clothes on, and put on her rain boots and was walking around the house in her rain boots and refused to take them off.
Oh, really?
I'll have to send you a photo and a video. It was hilarious.
I thought we were supposed to just be barefoot.
Well, she is barefoot most of the time. Come here. You want to see Papa? Here she goes. Come here. You want to see him?
Hi, Madden. Hi.
Can you say hi?
Hi, big girl.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Can you say happy? Happy.
Happy.
Can you say it loud? Happy. Hi.
Hi.
Is that Grandpa? Papa.
Yeah.
Can you say happy? Happy? Birthday? We're still working on birthday.
I know. Happy's pretty good though. Where's
that Grandpa?
Where's your new boots?
We don't have them.
Oh, okay.
We don't have them on right now.
Okay. She's
She's like,
mesmerized.
what is this thing that you guys are on?
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hi. Hi.
Can you say go big red? Oh, bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's a big one, huh? Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Is that Grandpa? Yes or no? Yeah. Well, we will end the podcast on this cute little note here.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to all of our listeners. We'll see everyone on Saturday for the spring match. And as always, go Big Red, right? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, can you say
Bye,
yeah?
Madden. Bye, Madden. Yeah.
Say bye. Bye, Papa.
Bye.
Say bye. Can you blow a kiss? Blow a kiss.
Oh, there
Can
we
you
go.
say I love you? This is how she says I love you.
Love you, Madden.
Say bye.
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 All right. See you guys.